Good morning, students. Last class we discussed electric potential and electric potential difference and electric potential due to a point charge. In this class we will discuss about electric potential due to a dipole. Okay. Then what is the final formula we derived for electric potential due to a point charge? That is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r. This is the formula we derived for electric potential due to a single charge. Now let us calculate what is the electric potential due to a dipole. So what is dipole? A dipole is nothing but two equal and opposite charges are separated by a small distance. So in order to calculate the electric potential due to a dipole, first I should consider a dipole. So consider a dipole A and B, where the minus q and plus q charges are separated by a distance of 2a. Okay, and I'm going to consider a point P at the distance of r from the midpoint of the dipole, and it makes a distance r1 from plus q to point P. Similarly, it makes a distance r2 from A to P. And electric dipole moment is acts between minus q to plus q. So this is the direction of electric dipole moment. And in this diagram, POB makes an angle theta. Then surely the remaining angle will be 180 minus theta, because it's a straight line. In a straight line the total angle will be 180 degree. So if this goes, then the remaining will be 180 minus theta. Then first we will calculate what is the electric potential at point P due to a plus q charge. Let's say the electric potential at a point P due to plus q charge is V1, and electric potential at point P due to minus q charge is V2. Then the total electric potential at the point P is V2, V1 plus V2 will be equal to a total electric potential. First we will calculate electric potential at point P due to plus q charge. This is given as, we know the formula, correct? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. Here r1 is the distance between plus q and point P. Similarly, potential at point P due to minus q charge is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r2. Then the total potential as per the formula, V is equal to V1 plus V2. And look at this second one, there is a negative sign. This negative sign comes because it is a negative charge. Okay, then when I substitute in this formula, I will get 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r1. This is the value of V1, plus of minus 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r2. Correct? This is the value of V2. Then plus into minus will become minus, and the common term in this equation is q 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, that comes out of the bracket. So remaining terms inside the bracket will be 1 divided by r1 minus 1 divided by r2. I have to calculate what is the value of 1 divided by r1 and 1 divided by r2. If I come to know this, then I can solve this equation. So in order to calculate this 1 by r1 and 1 by r2, I am going to use cosine law. I am going to use cosine law at the triangle of BOP, where it is BOP. In this triangle, I am going to calculate cosine law. Cosine law is equal to r1 square is equal to r square plus a square minus 2ra cos theta. This is a cosine law formula. In this, let me multiply. If I want to take r square as a common from this term, there is no r square in a square term. Similarly, there is no r square in 2ra cos theta. So what I am going to do, I am going to multiply and divide the term, so that I will get r1 square is equal to r square plus a square into r square divided by r square If I cancel this r square, then I will get the original term. So that I multiply and dividing the a square by r square. Then minus, here look at this term, there is a r. So I need not to multiply with r square, I multiply with r alone. So that I will get 2r square a cos theta by r. Since I multiply this term by r, so I have to divide the term by r. Then take the r square as a common in this equation. R square, r square, r square. It will come out of the equation, so that I'll get, see, this is r square comes out. Then the remaining term 1 plus a square by r square minus 2a by r cos theta. In this, neglect the term a square by r square, since this r is very greater than a, or otherwise a is much smaller than r, so that the a square by r square is neglected. When it is neglected, this term goes out. Then r1 square is equal to r square open bracket 1 minus 2a cos theta by r. Now take this square on other side, so that it becomes square root. Square root can be written as 1 by 2. Okay. Then I need to calculate 1 by r1, correct? So take the reciprocal of this term. So 1 by r1 is equal to 1 by r 1 minus 2a by r cos theta whole power minus 1 by 2. See that it is plus 1 by 2. It is changed as minus 1 by 2 because it is a reciprocal of the previous term. Then here a by r is very smaller than smaller than 1, then we can use this binomial theorem. What is this binomial theorem? Binomial theorem is a term is used to neglect the higher orders. So what is this binomial theorem? 1 plus x whole power n equal to 1 plus nx. Very simple formula. So binomial theorem is nothing but 1 plus x whole power n is equal to 1 plus nx. Okay. What is the term we had in a previous one? 1 by r1 equal to 1 by r1, correct, minus 2a by r cos theta whole power minus 1 by 2. Compare these two equations. See there, 1 is there, 1 is there, 1 and 1. Instead of x, what is the value we had? 2a by r cos theta. Instead of n, what is the value is there? Minus 1 by 2. Then when I substitute here, I'll get, let me explain this term alone. When I substitute here, I'll get 1, correct, minus 2a by r. This is the value. And I have to substitute the n value. What is the value of n? Minus 1 by 2 cos theta. Then this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled, and minus into minus will become plus. So the term will become 1 by r1 is equal to 1 by r 1 plus a by r cos theta. So this is a 1 by r1 value. Similarly, we will calculate 1 by r2. In order to calculate 1 by r2, I have to consider a triangle of AOP. If you remember the previous diagram, this is A, this is O, this is P, this is theta, that is 180 minus theta, because this term is equal to theta. Okay. Then this is R2, this is R. Then I have to consider this diagram. In this triangle, let me calculate r2 square is equal to r square plus a square minus 2ra cos 180 minus theta. Previously we used theta only, but in this case the angle value will be 180 minus theta. So cos 180 minus theta is equal to minus cos theta. Then this cos 180 minus theta will become minus cos theta, and minus into minus will become plus. So r square is equal to r2 square is equal to r square plus a square plus 2ra cos theta. Again, multiply the term by r square and divide the term by r square and take the r square as a common. What we did in a previous case, the same will be repeated here. Then we will get r2 square is equal to r square 1 plus 2a cos theta by r1. Then take the square on other side. Take the square on other side. then it will become square root. So square root is nothing but 1 by 2. Again use the binomial theorem and substitute the value. Before that, take the reciprocal of this term. Then if you take the reciprocal, it will be 1 by r2 is equal to 1 by r. Reciprocal of this term will be 1 by r2 equal to 1 by r 1 plus 2a cos theta divided by r whole power minus 1 by 2. Previously it was plus and then we changed into minus, the same thing. Then by using a binomial theorem, what we did in a previous step, the same is repeated here, and cancel the term 2 and this 2, and minus into plus will become minus. So 1 by r2 is equal to 1 by r 1 minus a cos theta by r. Now we calculated both r1, 1 by r1 and 1 by r2. What's the formula we had? V, total potential, is equal to 1 divided by, that is q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Now I know the value of 1 by r1 and 1 by r2. Substitute this two value in this equation, we will get, see that 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q 1 by r, this 1 by r, this 1 by r is common in both the terms, so it comes out. Then I will get 1 plus a by r cos theta minus a by 1 minus a by r cos theta. Then we can neglect the terms. This plus 1 and minus 1 gets cancelled. Then the final term will be, here it is plus a by r cos theta, again it is plus a by r cos theta. When you add these two, it will become 2a by r cos theta, 2a by r cos theta. So the final equation will be v is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2aq by r square into cos theta. This is the total electric potential due to an dipole. This is the total potential due to an dipole. There are some special case, and also we can further simplify in a previous term. There is a formula called P, that is called dipole moment, which is equal to Q into 2A. What is electric dipole moment? Define electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is defined as a product of magnitude of the charge and the distance between them. So this is the dipole moment. So I can change the formula. Into P cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Then this electric potential depends on theta, function theta. Then based on that we can say, if the point P lies in an axial line in the sense, this is the minus q charge, this is the plus q charge. What we consider, point P is here. But if point P lies at the axial line along the axis, then the theta will become 0. Then cos theta is equal to 1. Then the electric potential will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by r square. Then next, if point P lies in axial line along the minus q charge, then the theta will become 180 degree. Cos 180 degree is equal to minus 1. Then the term will be minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by r square. Next, third case, if point P lies on an equatorial line. So equatorial line in the sense exactly straight to the midpoint of the electric dipole. So the theta will become 90 degree. Then cos 90 degree is equal to 0. Then this total potential will be 0. The total potential will become 0. So the electric potential will be 0 at the midpoint of the electric dipole. Electric potential will be 0 at the midpoint of the electric dipole. It's very important 5-mark question. One more time let me repeat. So what we consider an electric dipole, and then point P in a angle theta at the distance of r, and then we calculated electric potential at point P due to a plus Q charge and electric potential due to minus Q charge at point P, and we added together and we found 1 by R1 and 1 by R2 and substituted and we solved that, and finally we got electric potential formula as P cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. And there are 3 special cases. If point P is lies along plus Q charge in an axial line, then the theta is equal to 0 and cos 0 is equal to 1, then the electric potential will be maximum along the plus Q charge. And if the point P, next case, if the point P is lies in an axial line along minus Q charge, then the theta will become 180 degree, then cos 180 degree is equal to minus 1, then the electric potential will be minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square. Here this is a negative potential and it is maximum in a negative side along the minus Q charge. And the third case, if the point P lies exactly along the axis of the midpoint of the dipole, that is called equatorial line, then the theta will become 90 degree and cos 90 degree is equal to 0, then the electric potential will be 0. So it's very important 5-mark question. Then the next topic is equipotential surface. We all know equipotential, equal potential surface. That means if the surface has the same potential all over, or all the points on the surface has the same potential, then the surface is said to be equipotential surface. So it's a 2-mark question. Define equipotential surface. So what is equipotential surface? An equipotential surface is the surface on which all the points are a same potential. Now look at this diagram, we will understand. Consider the sphere. In the sphere, charge plus Q charge is placed at a center of the sphere and the points are marked A, B, C, D on the surface of the sphere. Now if I calculate the potential at A due to the this charge Q and potential at B due to a Q charge, if I calculate the potential at a different region on the surface of the sphere, all the spheres has the same potential due to this plus Q charge, then the sphere is said to be equipotential sphere. That means all the surface will be same potential. Now there are some properties in a equipotential surface. What is that property? Work done to move a charge between any 2 points. See, let's say here A and B, I am going to move a charge from A to B, so I have to do some work. So work formula, we know that W is equal to QV. This is the work done formula in a electric field. Then V is called as potential difference. So VA, let's say potential at point A is VA and potential at point B is VB. If I found the difference, it will be equal to 0, correct? Because VA, all the points are having the same potential. So that if I found the difference, it will be equal to 0. Then see that the work done formula is given as W is equal to Q VB minus VA. Here VA, if the point A and B lies in the same equipotential surface, then VA will be equal to VB, and if I found the difference, it will be equal to 0. Then the work done to move a charge in a equipotential surface will be 0. It will be asked in 1 mark. So what they say, the 1 mark question will be asked like this: if the plus 5 microcoulomb charge is moved from point A to B in a equipotential surface, then what is the work done? The work done is to be 0 because it is a equipotential surface. Okay, if it is not a equipotential surface, then you have to find the potential difference between point A and point B and find the subtraction and then multiply with the charge, then you will find the work done. Then the electric field is normal to an equipotential surface. If it is not normal, then there is a component of field parallel to the surface. Then the work must be done to move a charge between 2 points on the same surface. This is, see, up to this is not required. Then up to this, what they are saying, if the electric field is not normal, that means it is not a uniform electric potential on the surface, or the electric lines of force are not equal in all the points, so that all the points will have a different electric potential. So you have to do some work to move a charge from one point to another point. So this is equipotential surface. So what is equipotential surface? Equipotential surface is a surface on which all the points are at same electric potential. Then what is the it is a equipotential surface is one 2 mark question, and write the properties of equipotential surface is a another 2 mark question. In this class we discussed electric potential due to a dipole and equipotential surface and property of equipotential surface. Okay, go through. Thank you.